What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about a topic that I've been wanting to do for a while now. It's going to be called gamers versus, in quotation, gamers. And just for the sake of this video, normal gamers I'm going to refer to as OG gamers, and the quotation gamers I'm going to refer to as new gamers. And just to give you a little background of what this means, I feel like as an OG gamer, there was always just one term of gamer. That meant you either played video games or you didn't. You were a gamer. For the longest time. All through the 90s, 2000s for the most part. It was until probably in the 2010s when we get in there is really when we start seeing the rise of the new gamers. And they love trying to fit in with OG gamers. And OG gamers tolerated them in the beginning because there weren't that many of them. But man, did they flood the hobby. So most of this video is going to be focusing on what new gamers are, because most people know what OG gamers are. Most OG gamers want the same things out of their games. They want to have fun. They want replayability. It can have a decent story, but that's not the main selling point of a video game to them. And we can sit here and nitpick, all this stuff, but you guys understand what I mean by OG gamers. Just you're a gamer. You can pick up a game, doesn't matter what it is. It could be Call of Duty, it could be a fucking Dance Revolution, like it could be dumbass games like that, Guitar Hero, just weird genres all over the place, but you could pick up a game and be probably above average, at least, in each one of those games. OG gamers know how to play games. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, what do I mean by new gamers? Let's talk about what new gamers look for in their video games. For one, the graphics. There's one big difference between OG gamers and new gamers. New gamers, they love top-of-the-line graphics. They just absolutely love top-of-the-line graphics because they expect a movie out of their video games, mainly. Which is an oxymoron. They want a movie out of their video game. But yeah, they absolutely love top-of-the-line graphics. Doesn't matter if the game's broken. Gameplay could be trash, but they don't really play the game, so they're just there to look at it. They love the wow factor of being able to stand in a world and just marvel at the scenery. They absolutely love just standing there and taking screenshots. Oh, look where I'm at. Oh, look at the scenery. I'm on the cliff. It's absolutely amazing. The new gamers, they're not big on the older style retro games like 2D platformers and games that look like RimWorld and things like that, because it doesn't look like a movie. They expect to watch things happen for them, and since most of these styles of games don't have many cutscenes, if any, they're not interested. They don't want anything to do with it. Because cutscenes are an absolute must for new gamers. They have to have cutscenes. They love watching things play out like a movie, and they really don't want to put too much effort in or have to think too hard about anything. Even QTEs, the QuickTime events, were too much for most new gamers to handle, so we don't see much anymore, even though that's not a bad thing per se, but it's just funny, like even QTEs and cutscenes, because you actually had to hang on to your controller and pay attention to what the fuck was about to happen, because you might have to press A or do something. That was too much for them, so. Oh man, everything has to glow or be color coded now for new gamers. If you don't tell new gamers like where items are or what they can or can't do, they'll just be stuck and not do anything. They're too stupid. They're too stupid to make up their own mind. That would require them to actually have to think or use some skill, in which they're incapable of both. And the game has to make sure to tell you in huge letters now, press X here, press X, press square. Otherwise, new gamers wouldn't be able to proceed, because they don't know how to walk around and press X or square on the wall, or just search the room, look for something. But yeah, to new gamers, graphics are everything. Most new gamers, they won't even make it through the first 2 to 5 hours of any game anyways. So as long as a game looks shiny for 5 hours before it completely breaks, new gamers will buy it up en masse. The game just has to work for the first 2 to 5 hours. Because the new gamer, just like I said, he just wants to go in there and go, wow, and take a bunch of screenshots and then get off and go on Reddit and tell all his friends about how awesome the game is. Because I played that game, even though he barely made it through the tutorial. Moving on to gameplay with new gamers. Gameplay means pretty much absolutely nothing to new gamers. As mentioned before, most new gamers won't even play more than 5 hours of any game anyway, so it means nothing to them. They're just happy as long as they're able to get into the game, take a few screenshots, they can play, like I said, and go tell Reddit. New gamers don't care that the game world is dead. And nothing is interactable or destructible. They don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They won't play long enough to test any of those things anyway, so it means nothing to them. To them, standing in the middle of the world, and everything looks amazing. It's Unreal Engine 5, and it's meanwhile, you could shoot a gun at a car window. Nothing happened. There's not even a bullet hole in the window. You're clipping through everything when you actually move. The physics are completely broken in the game, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not what they're there for. Old game designs and outdated game engines are the most amazing things ever to new gamers. OG gamers are ready for, new game engines, new gameplay loops, new perspectives. We're sick of playing, Gears of War over and over and over, Assassin's Creed over and over and over, Call of Duty over and over and over. We're ready for something new, something fresh. But this is the greatest thing ever for these new gamers because they've never played a Call of Duty before. This is their first Call of Duty. I love the remakes of Resident Evil and that because they've never played a Resident Evil before. OG gamers are just fatigued with the same engines over and over. Games, like I said, like Assassin's Creed, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, modern sports games, Call of Duty. They're just all played out, and the gameplay loops are just boring at this point. Most OG gamers are sick and tired of the copy and paste nature which video games have become. Meanwhile, new gamers, like I said, they don't know the difference because it's all new to them. New gamers will rant and rave about the newest remake. Meanwhile, OG gamers can't help but notice all the missing content and broken missing mechanics from the old games. It's really unfortunate. And most games aren't made to completion anymore because they no longer have to make games for OG gamers that are going to play the game all the way through. Games are made to be a 5-hour experience and pretty much nothing more. Doesn't matter if it's broken beyond 5 hours, just release it. The new gamers will eat it up, they'll still buy it, and they'll take their screenshots and they'll carry on with their day. Now, the story for new gamers is very important as well. That's one of the main reasons why new gamers are there, to look at all the shiny graphics and to watch a movie. So, new gamers just love making sure their politics are injected inside the game as well, and its story. Even though they won't actually be playing the game for longer than 5 hours. And it's not so much about a good story for the new gamer, as it is about having good movie quality cutscenes. The story doesn't even have to make much sense for the new gamer, as long as they have those Michael Bay style cutscenes. The game could be completely on rails, and you do the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just cutscene after cutscene after cutscene with pretty much no gameplay, and that's what they love. That is a video game for them. That is the perfect. That is a 10 out of 10. Oh my god. 10 out of 10. Like I said before, it really comes down to this with new gamers. New gamers just want to be able to say, wow, that was cool, and then turn the game off and buy another one. That's it. So if that's the case, though, if they're just there to get in the game, take some pictures, walk around, and then go tell people that they played the game, it makes you wonder what the hell this even means anymore, a gamer, because these people don't play games. They don't play games. So you got this group of OG gamers, which I feel like is dwindling because all of these people keep rushing this hobby to be part of the gamer, because they want to be a gamer because it's cool now, even though it wasn't cool to be a gamer for my whole life. I coined the term undercover nerd as a kid for a reason. You didn't talk about video games. You played that shit on the DL. Maybe after school or something with one of your friends that also played games, you'd nerd out about it. But other than that, you kept it on the down low because, oh, you play video games? Yeah, people be shaming the fuck out of you. Not that it matters, but when you're a kid, it does. It's like, man, I don't want to deal with that shit. But yeah, the new gamers have infested this hobby, and hopefully they move on. Like I've stated in my State of the Industry video, hopefully they move on with the way the industry's going with mobile games and making these garbage mobile game things. I hope they move to something like that. Or they keep making these games like Until Dawn and those super movie games where you literally don't do anything. Those are perfect for new gamers. Even though they're going to follow us around wherever we go, whatever we do anyways. They're still going to buy Elden Ring. Even though they can't beat the first enemy they encounter, but they're still going to buy Elden Ring. They're still going to walk out there and take their screenshots and do all that shit and say that they loved playing the game and either give it a great review or give it a bad review. They'll do the same thing. They'll go in a game, play for 2 hours and say it's garbage. Oh my god, I never played. And then you look into it and these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You watch them play a video game and they can't even kill anybody and you're like, dude, you're fucking trash. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sit here and say that I'm some great gamer or whatever. I'm not that great of a gamer. I'm above average gamer. But these people are, you watch them play and you're just like, maybe you should find something else, man. Like, I don't think this is for you. It's, you're, how long you been playing games for? Oh, I've been playing games for 12 years and blah. And you're watching them play and you're like, I don't think you have. I don't think you have, bud. But nevertheless, guys, I just wanted to make this quick rant about this. I know I could have went into more detail on some things, but I just really wanted to get this off my chest because these new gamers drive me insane, and I don't think too many people talk about it, about their screenshotting asses and calling them out. So I just wanted to put it out there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Are you guys sick of these new gamers? Do you think I'm fucking crazy? Do you think OG gamers are just pieces of shit, need to fuck off? Like, what do you guys think? Let me know. All right, take it easy.